I presented a business plan to the people I worked for as to what direction I wanted to take the department that I was then the credit and risk director for forwards, and it was turning that on its head. So instead of putting the asset first, you put the people first.
Appreciate that. That's
okay, which is a nuanced way of looking at it,
yeah.
But that's what I felt was the right thing to do. So in other words, if you had a good loan at high loan to value for a good customer, that's better than a loan for a bad customer at a low loan to value.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because you put the customer first. And again, cutting a long story short, it wasn't taken up. Then the global credit crunch failed again. I don't mind for failing, and I'm about to fail again. You'll hear I failed again. So then the credit crunch happened. I was then effectively, as credit risk director, I was effectively just a very highly paid underwriter. My position was made redundant. I was asked whether I wanted to stay on half my salary. You never do that, okay? Because the moment that you take a lower salary, the questions later come. It's very hard to get back up.
Hard, yeah.
And at that point, I then walked. Rather than take the job at half my salary.
Yeah.
And I remember, again, by this time, I think we had 3 young kids, and my wife being absolutely distraught, like what we're going to do, how we're going to make a living.
Yeah.
And I remember turning around to my wife, Louise, and saying, darling, I do not know what's coming next, but all I can tell you is that I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and this is the best thing that's ever happened.
Great.